Good morning. I thought I would talk to you while I make my coffee and let you know I'm feeling a lot better than I was last night. It still hurts. I put a hot washcloth on my breast last night, and this morning I laid down with a heating pad. So far, it seems like it still hurts and itches. It seems like maybe I'm crossing my fingers here. Maybe they're getting smaller. They feel like they're the size of gobstoppers now. And last night, it felt like one big round Oreo shape, like almost a golf ball shape, but not quite as round. But like it felt like one big lump. That's what I'm saying. This is just kind of weird. So now it's back to being two lumps that are gobstopper size, which I would rather have than a big Oreo. Last night, it was like the pain was like radiating all the way up to here and then over to here. That's why I was so frustrated. I've got this thing where I'm constantly telling Brad, no more mugs. Can't do any more mugs. I love them and I collect them. And I honestly, if I could, I'd probably have 100 of them. I love coffee and tea, and I just think mugs are the cutest thing ever. I also love teapots. I'm just into that stuff. Anyway, this is why you don't do videos right when you roll out of bed. You can't think straight. But I do anyway. You're welcome. What he got me was so sweet and beautiful, and I actually keep this mug all year round out because it's my favorite mug. So you can see. I love the mugs that are shaped like this. Like for me, these are the ideal mugs. I like the way they sit in my hand. I don't know, they just feel more comfortable to me. I think they're easier to drink out of. And the dog Joey that we had that passed away, he reminded me of Snoopy. That's the hard thing about the holidays, I think. Anyone you miss so much more during the holidays. You know, I had that good cry about my grandma yesterday. I'll probably have 2 or 3, maybe even 4 more of them between now and Christmas. And so here's my I use these little reusable things with the filters now. It makes the best coffee. The coffee's cheaper because I'm buying it in bags instead of those K-cups, which were super expensive. I'm not filling landfills with a bunch of these. We just love these. I had some in the past that had kind of like a netting down here that you just put the coffee directly into. They didn't taste as good to me. But now that they make these little filters, the little filter top that you flip over, this is where it's at. And so now I don't feel guilty about loving my Keurig. And my pocketbook likes it too. So I was going to tell you, I have been drinking a Christmas coffee. I have 2 mugs of coffee each day. And this is the first one I've been having every morning ever since I did that coffee in a classic. And it's not even, I mean, look at this, not even half gone yet. Still a bunch in here. And then my second mug of coffee that I have is usually this Holiday Blend by Starbucks. So this is what I do after I open coffee. When you get about an inch or 2 in, to me it just feels, I don't know. I don't like the feel of having to like dig into the bag for the coffee and like have the bag scraping my hand. And of course, it doesn't help that I keep getting this seasonal dermatitis on my hand. So the last thing I want is to like be scraping my skin on stuff that's kind of sharpish like that, because it just feels like it makes that come out more. Anyway, so I found these jars at the Dollar Tree, and I got, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. And whenever I have coffee that I'm drinking, and I just put it in here. I think it's so much easier than using these bags. This is Brad's coffee. I just don't like these bags. When we were at IKEA the other day, we got this. Have you seen this? It's, I'm trying to read it on the screen. You know, that's not possible. It is, but not with words you don't know. Vintersaga. Vintersaga? Mulling spices and fruit flavored drink. Enjoy a Swedish winter moment. Add raisins and almonds to a steaming mulled drink. Ginger thins on the side. So I don't know. I don't think I'll add anything to it, and I'm not sure that I'll put ginger with it either, but it sounds delightful. Let's see what's in here. Water, sugar, grape juice concentrate, apple juice concentrate, lemon juice concentrate, mulled wine flavor, which is cinnamon, cardamom, clove, ginger, orange peel, raisin, and plum flavor, cranberry flavor. That sounds really good, I think. That is a nice segue into what I'm going to talk about today, which is I'm going to talk about meal planning, how I get everything set up when I'm about to have guests over for a large meal. Ooh. Ice cold water first thing in the morning. I don't know what it is. It wakes me up. It wakes me up. One thing about being a business owner is very stressful. Things don't always come together the way that you think they will, or you might get used to things going a certain way, and all of a sudden the economy changes and you can't control that. So it can be very depressing and stressful, and it's certainly not for the faint of heart, which is why I keep questioning why I do it. Not that I'm faint of heart, but with all these anxiety problems I have, I feel like sometimes it's a bit much. But I have to remind myself of something. When I had the flu and I was out sick just one day at work, I had so many people that I work with upset, thinking that because the economy and what I do is struggling so much, people thought something was wrong. Like, did I shut my office doors kind of thing? And so many people were like genuinely concerned and upset. And when I came back the next day, I had so many people telling me, gosh, it really upset me thinking that you weren't doing this anymore, because you're such a big part of my job. I'm used to hearing your voice on the phone every morning, and I rely on you, to feed my family and stuff. Sometimes I think it's important to think about the bigger picture. Am I doing as well as I want to do? No. Am I making as much as I need to make or want to make? No. But people do rely on me, and there's a lot of responsibility in that. And when people rely on you, you can't just walk away, even if you feel like it. Because I will tell you that when times get rough like they have been, I do want to walk away. I would rather just go work retail again. And it's stressful, but I loved working retail over the holidays. There's something special about it. Every once in a while, you get that person, that customer who's filled with the Christmas spirit, and it just makes you happy. And of course, I would have Christmas music playing all day at work because, that's what retail does. And I love me some Christmas music. And then to top it off, one, two, four different years, I was a professional gift wrapper back when that used to actually exist. And I love wrapping presents. I was good at that job. I really was. I'm just saying, like, why can't I have a business that does that? hmm, that would be kind of ideal for me. I just love doing that as a job. And part of why I like doing it as a job is not just that I enjoy the gift wrapping part, but having people, not every single person that you deal with, but a lot of people, when they come up and they've got a gift that they just bought somebody and they're excited about it. I love that. And they start talking about, who they bought it for and why, and they're going to be so excited. I love that kind of stuff. It just brings me a lot of joy. How did I get here? What? I'm going to go drink some coffee. We'll talk in a little bit. I'm feeling a lot better than I was this morning. I'm sore still, with my breast, but it's kind of got that burning feeling. But it seems to not be as swollen as it was last night, and even less swollen than it was this morning. So I'm hoping it's starting to get better. I think at this point, though, I'm still going to go to the doctor on Friday, even if it does start to disappear. Like, I just want to make sure it's okay, right? It's definitely not something I want to just let go. I appreciate how much you guys have been there for me. Connie, your kind comments meant the world to me, and I wish that we were closer too. And Stephen, thank you so much for the advice. I'm going to take your advice, but I might wait till after Christmas, just because I have all this meal preparation and cooking and everything coming up right now. But I think that might be a good idea to do a fast for a while. And I'm going to try to find the oatmeal milk. And so I'm going to try your advice and we'll see what happens. But thank you so much. It means a lot to me when you guys comment on things, because it's really easy to watch a video and think, oh, okay, that's cool. But it takes an extra amount of investment in a person's videos and caring about the person making them to actually leave comments. And I really appreciate it. So thank you so much, you guys. It's nice to have this little community that we're forming here. Tonight I have been watching Christmas movies. I don't know if you hear it on the background. I have the holiday on. I'm drinking some hot chocolate, which is delicious. And I'm putting together my shopping list. I'm going to go shopping on Saturday, which sounds insane. I know. But one, I haven't had time to do, I usually do 2 rounds of shopping before cooking a big meal like this. I was going to go after we got back from our trip, but as you know, I got the flu and my body's just not really giving me the easiest time of it. So I decided to wait until this weekend. On top of that, I like to get things, if I'm just going to make 2 trips, I like to get things that are fresh. I'm very organized with this whole thing. I'm quite proud of myself, actually. I put together, is it too dark? Can you see me okay? It seems okay, right? Just kind of an evening glow. I put together a menu. I have a clipboard that I put all my little papers on, and when you see me cooking in the next while, you'll see how the rest of how I do all of this. But so I do my menu here, and I put just everything that we're eating. So on Christmas Eve, we're having slow cooker lemon rosemary chicken. The recipe is in here. And I'll see if I can find the recipe. If I can online, I'll put a link down below in the description box. Then we're having mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and for dessert, we're having apple crisp. Yeah, apple crisp dessert. That sounds delightful, doesn't it? I'm making brownies again and what they call cracker candy. It's this recipe I found online. I will show you how I do it. It's so good. Those are just little extra snack things for while my parents are here. Then on Christmas, okay, this is where it gets fun. For brunch, we're having peach bread pudding, and I'm going to get like little sausages or bacon or something to go with it. We're doing a traditional Italian meal. What that means, instead of having lunch, you start eating appetizers at lunchtime, and then you just kind of slowly eat all the way until nighttime. We'll be having appetizers, or I'll be eating them while I'm cooking, and they'll, everybody else will be eating them. And then dinner is a slow eaten dinner. And then there's also dessert. But this does take hours to eat. It's not a situation where you just quickly grab a small plate and you're done. It's way more intense than that. So for the appetizers, I am making pimiento cheese, which is also from this book. I'm going to get crackers and shrimp. Brad's going to make cocktail sauce. He came up with this recipe that we really like. So he does that every year. I'm going to have olives, and then I will have caprice cups. And then for dinner, we're going to have rainbow trout with brown butter and pecan. We're going to have spaghetti and sausages, meatballs made from scratch, ravioli, and dinner rolls. And then we'll have cheesecake. The Italian part of the dinner, all of the recipes came from this book. It's called The Flavor of Italy by the Chamberlains. This is a really cool book. This was written in the 60s by a husband and wife who were Italian. They used their old family recipes, and they went back to Italy where their family was from, and they took pictures. There's maps. It's a really neat recipe book. It shows where the recipes come from, like a picture and then the name of the town. And it's got the old school recipes where instead of giving you a list of the ingredients and then how to put everything together, the ingredients and the measurements are in the recipe, if that makes sense. As an example, heat 1/4 cup olive oil in a small saucepan, blah, 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 blah. Saute 1 onion and 1 clove of garlic, both finely chopped, blah, 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 blah. And it's pretty neat how in-depth this book goes on traditional Italian cooking. And so this is where I got my recipes. I will see if I can find a link to it or to the recipes, and I'll put it in the description box. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, though. If it came out in 65, that's kind of hard to get. I found the book on eBay, in like a vintage cookbook store. And the reason I do that is Brad's Italian. His grandma used to make the classic Italian meals on Christmas, and it's something he really cherished growing up. And I like to cook, and I wanted to make that for him, and then I fell in love with the meal. So now every year I want to make it too. This is the shopping list that I use. It's from Office Depot. I just think this is really nice because it's so easy to, for example, up here in the produce section, it's so easy to be able to say, just put little slashes, 1, 2, 3 onions and that kind of thing. I don't have to write 3 onions. I can just put a slash for each one that I need as I'm going through the recipes. And it just makes it nice, and it's easier. With such a large list, I find not using my phone. I usually always use my phone. But when I'm cooking a huge meal, or huge meals, like I will be this weekend, or this next week, then I always use this. And one pad like this will probably last me my whole life. I'm going to try to take you with me when I go grocery shopping. I just want to bring you along. I want you to be able to have the whole experience. And to me, a huge part of the holidays, it's all about food and family, right? And friends like you. that's what gets me excited about the holidays. I want to bring you along. I want you to be able to enjoy the food also. And we'll have my parents on videos too. Maybe not my stepdad. I don't know if he's a fan of, if he wants to be on YouTube or not. But obviously, you know, my mom likes being on here. She's got her own page now and everything. So, well, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me through my really bad day yesterday. And I know I'm not quite up to my normal speed, but I'm getting there. I was a little worried when I posted it that some of you would leave and never come back. And it made me feel good that you guys care. I really, it means a lot to me. And it doesn't take a lot to feel lonely in this world. And it's nice to know that you guys care. Have a great night. Good night. God bless you. And I love you.